What's good? It's Joel. Today I'm gonna just talk about careful who you keep around. Cause at the end of the day, some people love you, some people hate you, and just want to see. Like I said, man, a lover and a hater are the same thing. A lover and a hater are the same thing. They see what you're doing, they react to it negatively or positively, but they're still looking at what you're doing and reacting to it. Just one's positive, one's not. So look, man, everyone you hang out with is cool, but one person seems a little off. You seem to get into like little discussions that are like, why are we talking about this? Like, come on, like, who's in the wrong, me or him? Him or I, whatever, man. Like, I know I'm not an emotional person, because when I'm alone and when someone else were to be talking to me about this, it wouldn't have gone to this. But when I'm talking about it with you, it has to go the bad way. See what I'm saying? Some people are just negative people. Some people are positive people. And that's natural. That could be... Look, man, diabetic people, their blood sugars control their emotions. One moment they're happy, one moment they're angry. It's not just diabetic people that have mood swings. Everyone has their mood swings. Some people have it when they're tired or when they're excited. When they get intoxicated, that's when they get their mood swings. So, yeah. Everyone else you hang out with is cool, but one person seems off. You get along with everyone, but this person seems to find ways to micromanage your life. Like, let's say I'm right here walking this way, right? Right here, I'm just walking a trail. That's all I'm doing. And someone's like, man, right now, you shouldn't be walking the trail right now because the sun, you don't even have sunscreen. You're going to get burnt. I'm like, bro, like, you know, if I don't stay in the sun that long, I won't get burnt. I'm like, bro, but sun cancer, and they start putting things in your head. For what reason, bro? Like, I appreciate the knowledge and I appreciate this, but stop trying to micromanage my life. Stop trying to tell me to do something else rather than this. Right now, I have my mind on this, so I'm going to do this. Like, I don't tell you what to do, so why are you trying to control what I'm doing? See what I'm saying? Like, if you have to pick up some rocks and pile them, that's what I'm seeing right here. I'm seeing rocks. And you see these things right here? You have to pile some rocks. You have to collect 10 rocks, and you have to collect 10 twigs. If you want to collect the rocks first, they're like, nah, collect the twigs first because they're lighter and they'll weigh less on you where you're collecting the rocks. Like, bro, if I'm going to have to do them both, just let me do it my own way. Like, come on, man. Like, stop trying to micromanage. I understand sometimes tips and tricks do help sometimes, but like, what difference does it make in what order I do it in? If it's something that basic like twigs and rocks, it doesn't make any difference. So you seem to be doing things wrong with this person and no one else tells you anything. Like, for example, the same thing, like someone's gonna let you collect the rocks first or the twigs first, but with this person, they're trying to tell you, oh, you know what, bro, you should just take a rest first because the rocks you're collecting are kind of pointy. You gotta look for the round ones for this. Like, bro, for what reason? Come on, man. Or do they have to tell you, look for the triangle ones only? Like, bro, what exactly is the reason you're telling me this for? Like, I guess sometimes when someone has more knowledge than you on something, it might seem like irrelevant they told you this, but when the time comes, you're like, oh, that's why you told me. But we all know not everything matters that much. And we all know people that act like this. You feel drained and annoyed after talking to them. Like, while they're talking to you, man, while I'm talking to my brother, trying to tell him how to better his life, not to be ordering DoorDash, not to be doing this. I tell him to be doing this because if I could go back in time, I'd tell myself these exact same things to better myself than what I am right now. Right now, I have nothing to complain. I'm happy with my life. I have everything I need. I have a car, I have a job, I have a roof, I have food. If I have food right now, if I have water right now, I have a job, I could make it forever, man. That's like, if I get fired, I could still like support myself. If it won't be unlimited, but I'll find a job before I'm able to not buy food again. It's just things. But if I were to go back in time and tell myself the thing I tell my brother, I'm giving my brother the cheat codes to life. He doesn't want to hear it, but I know it's, if I were to tell myself this, if time travel was real and I were if I was able to go back in time and tell myself these things I tell my brother, I'd be in a better position. But my brother doesn't want to hear it. He gets annoyed. And he feels, I see he gets mad. He's like, or he just doesn't talk, he doesn't respond, he doesn't do anything. So I just know he's annoyed. I mean, you know, you understand your siblings, you understand the people you hang out with. You understand when they're mad, when they're happy, excited. You understand their mood swings if you've been around them long enough. Their emotions, how they're, you know, what they get happy for. I don't know where I'm going, man. This is actually where I saw the coyote. It's this whole thing right here is like, so it's a park. This whole block is a big park, and this whole thing right here is a whole, I think it's like 1 or 2 miles of woods, trees, branches, till you hit the other cement area. And I don't want to get too deep in here. I don't have protection. Speaking of protection, man, I almost got attacked by a dog. Let's say it was right here. It was running at me until I turned around. I'd be like, yo, come on, man, don't be coming to me. Like, what are you doing? I'm gonna hop out, I'm gonna leave. And then I had to be walking backwards, like, oh, come on, man, leave me alone. I'm actually leaving right now, don't worry about it. You know, like, you should actually carry a rock when you're walking in the wilderness. If you don't have a blade, if you don't have a strap, you need some type of defense. If you don't know how to kick, if you don't know how to punch, I don't know how to, man, so I'm gonna just use these rocks. I know how to run, but I can't outrun a freaking 4-legged dog. Oh, but yeah. I was talking about these things, about like, some people get annoyed. But come on, man, sometimes it's irrelevant things. Like, someone's gonna tell you, like I said, the 10 rocks, 10 twigs. Like, bro, I'm annoyed now because there's really no reason you have to tell me what order to collect my rocks and twigs. And then, so you're annoyed. Even the little things they say seem to bother you because you know how they could act. So they seem to go like back and forth with their emotions. So you understand when their emotions can lead to just by the way they're talking and what they're saying. And you don't want to go the bad way, so you just kind of like shut up and like, you're already annoyed, so you don't want to say much. I'm gonna skip this one because I don't really know. If you understand what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying, but I don't really know how much to elaborate because I'm still looking around trying not to get bitten by a coyote because, oh wow, there's people here. Yeah, I don't want to be here too long because there's actually kids here, and I'm sure there's family, and I want to respect. So, you feel drained and annoyed after talking to them. Like, you shouldn't feel drained and annoyed talking to a friend. Like, oh, what's up, man? How you doing? Oh, I'm good, man. And then you walk out with like, man, what happened with that combo? With like, who's in the wrong, me or him or her or whatever? And you're like, man, what's wrong? What's wrong? So, yeah, that's what I mean by being annoyed and drained. That's a big lizard. Let me see if I could, That's evil, man. I've never got to catch a lizard. I have caught in a lizard with my hands, but I've never got into like slingshot. That's evil. A bird or nothing. Never hunted an animal. I live in America. There's supermarkets, and it's kind of illegal to hunt in my area since I live in the city. But bro, I'm going off track. Let me go back on my things. you seem to argue with them, and you know you're not an emotional person. I believe I spoke about this, but like, come on, you're arguing with another guy, another female, when you know your head is on straight. Like, why are you arguing? I don't need to argue with no one. For what? What reason do I need to argue? No reason, bro. If me and you have to argue, like, if we're like, bro, the rocks don't go there, the rocks go there. Shut up, bro. Like, why do you need to talk that loud? Like, come on, like, we're right here. If you're gonna talk that loud, square up. Like, shoot. I never been in a fight, and I've only been mad, so mad, twice, to the point where I called them out. And I made sure they were my size, cause I don't like bullying little kids, man. Like, that's unfair. I made sure they were my size, and you know, they just didn't. Some people just like getting people annoyed and thinking they're gonna fight because they like getting that excitement out of people. But those are the people you gotta stay away from. And as soon as I realized, hey man, they're just trying to get me, they're trying to make me react, and they're gonna get a laugh out of it. They get the last laugh because nothing happened. I'm like, hey man, so, you know, so as soon as I realized that, I cut them off. So, and guess what? I still get phone calls from these people. They still try hitting me up. They text me. I had to erase my social media. This person got a new phone number. They called and texted me. Like, come on, man. Don't do me like that. Like, we stopped talking. We went our separate ways. Let's keep it that way. And I let you know why we went our separate ways. I let you know it's not cool to be talking to me like this. I let you know it's not cool to be doing this, which is why we're going our separate ways. So yeah, you're not an emotional person, but they seem to get some type of reaction out of you. And you see them arguing with other people, so it's not just you. Like, and they admit sometimes they like arguing and like getting people emotional, or you see them like talking to others, and they tend to be getting in their emotional state. Not this person that talks to you, the mutual person, but the other person that's talking to the mutual person seems to be getting these people in an emotional state. You, this person, and this person right here that doesn't know you. But this person is getting this person emotional just talking to them. Come on, bro. Like, how are you going back and forth over some little basics? Come on, like, you have nothing better to do? Oh, yeah, do they have bad habits that are rubbing off on you? Like smoking, being out late, drinking, lying. Oh yeah, that's another thing, man. If you see people lying, bro, that's evil, bro. Like, why do you have to lie? Like, once you get caught, look, the boy who cried wolf, he died because it's it's a fictional story. The boy who cried wolf, he was crying wolf. When there was no wolf, they would come out. And then when the wolf actually was out, they didn't believe him, and he got ate. So he was lying. He got caught in a lie. He was being honest this time, and they didn't believe him. That's why I don't like lying, bro. On the real, I don't even lie. Like, that's some real, like, if I mess up on something, I'm like, hey, man, I'm sorry about this, but I kind of, like, messed up your films. I did this. Oh, my bad. I accidentally made your kid cry because we were doing this, and I accidentally fell on him or whatever it was, man. But I always come up, I confess everything I do wrong, bro, because I don't like having that guilt on me. And I just don't like lying, because if I get caught in a lie, I'm gonna just seem like everything I said was a lie. So I don't want to get caught in a lie. That's what it is. Even if it's so obvious, even if it's obvious I won't get caught, I'm like, fuck it. If they don't ask, I won't say. But I will confess myself if it's something I'm gonna have to say. I hope you understand what I mean by that. Oh, like, They could even break their own promises to themselves, like, oh, I'm gonna start working out and dieting. And a week goes by. Hey, have you started your dieting, your workouts? I was going to, but I just haven't. I haven't yet. Why not, man? You know what? It's not even like I've been busy. Like, bro, you've been busy. You could kind of like chill out on the on eating and you could fast for a little and then save your time. And then meal prep. That hour for an hour. It's not that easy to meal prep in an hour, but you could cook a pot in an hour. You know what I'm saying? You could prep 30 minutes or less for a chicken soup. You could let it sit for 40 minutes while you're doing your chores, folding your blankets, your clothes, wiping down your tabletops because they're dusty, whatever your chores are. But they're breaking their promises. Look, man, if there's a will, there's a way. If you're so busy, you're so tired, but you have a kid, are you gonna let that kid be hungry? No, you're gonna make sure your kid is fed, bro. Why? Because if there's a will, there's a way. It's something you have to do, you will do it. If you want to work out and diet, you will work out and diet, and that is for certain, bro. You can't be just don't break your own promises, because if you lie to yourself, you won't even believe yourself. And if no one is to believe you, and you can't believe yourself, what does that make you, man? You gotta believe yourself if no one could believe you. If you have no fans, be your number one fan. If no one believes you, make sure you believe yourself always. If no one is there for you, make sure you're there for yourself always, man. I shouldn't be going down here, but I'm gonna just go because I think there's probably a creek. I've never been down there, and I just like exploring sometimes. Yesterday I was walking down some streets, and I was like, whoa, this street connects to that street. I'm like, whoa, because I just moved to the area. But that's irrelevant, man. I gotta go, and I gotta keep my eyes on the track. You guys be good.